Alright, so before talking about the software called Jira, I want to bring something into consideration. It is called Atlassian. So if I have a look at this particular name, it clearly says Atlassian is an Australian software company that develops products for software developers, project managers, and other software development teams. So we do have one of the company in Australia, and the company name is called Atlassian. And this particular company is currently serving more than 242,000 customers, and it's currently in 190 countries. So the developers that are working in this particular company, they have developed various products. I can say various softwares or tools. I can see the details of the products, out of which the first name that we can see is Jira. So the software that we are going to learn for next 20 to 25 days, it has been developed by the developers from the Atlassian company. So anytime if someone asks like who developed Jira, or maybe how the Jira has been originated, we can make an use of the name called Atlassian company, and it is an Australian software company. Now let's directly navigate to the second tab and let's learn something about Jira. Alright, let me open the Wikipedia. Now as I can see, Jira has been developed by the developers from the Atlassian company, and Jira sound new to you, might be you never heard it before, because everyone in the session, I believe you all heard about Python or maybe AWS DevOps, but when we use the term Jira, it might be very new for almost each and everyone. Like nobody ever heard about the name Jira, right? But if I have a look at the initial release of Jira, it's in the year 2002, almost 20 years ago, which means it is not a new software. It is already been into the market for about 20 years, which means it's slightly an old tool. And also, if I have a look at the description here, according to the Atlassian company, Jira is using by more than 180,000 customers in 190 countries, which means it's one of the big tool that we can see in the market. Almost using in almost all the countries, and more than 180,000 clients are customers that we can say. And even in India, if we have to talk about the major companies like Infosys, Genpact, NTT Data, Wipro, Accenture, in each and every company that there will be a vacancies for the Jira administrators. So in terms of getting the job, or in terms of working in any organization, as similar to any other tools, even there are vacancies for the Jira software. Now you might get a doubt, what is all Jira about, and what exactly that we are going to learn in the classes, and are we going to be an user, or maybe are we going to be a developer, or maybe, as you know, are we going to be an admin. So now let me open the paint so that it will be very easy for all of you to understand. And before that, if you get any doubt in between, just stop me right away and you can ask me so that I can justify you. Now imagine that this is the Jira software. It might be any software, but I'm talking about the Jira software because we are going to learn about Jira in next 20 days. Now if I take any software, for sure there will be people working in the software, right? Maybe 1,000 people or 2,000 people or 10,000 people. There might be anyone. There might be testers, there might be developers, or there might be users, or there might be customers, or anyone. Now what exactly that we are going to be? Alright, so we are going to be the administrators for the Jira software. Alright, now before knowing what is an admin, let's talk about what exactly the Jira software is all about. So as per Atlassian, or as per the market, we can call Jira as an issue tracking tool. Now, what is the term issue? In English, we can say issue is nothing but some problem, right? But in Jira terminology, or maybe as per the market, if we use the term issue, it is nothing but a work item. I can say any work. So if any bunch of people, they might belong to banking sector, they might belong to medical sector, or even they might belong to a small construction company. If they want to manage their work, they cannot gather together, right? Nowadays everything is remote. Someone will stay in Chennai, someone will stay in Hyderabad, and even some team member, they stay in America or Singapore. Now, if all the team members stay in one single room, they can track the work on the board, maybe what work each person is doing. Now, if the team members are spread across multiple places, and if they want to track the work that they are doing, it might be developing a software, it might be working on something else, we can make a use of Jira software. So we can call Jira as an issue tracking tool, which means tracking the team members' work all from one place. And also Jira, we can call it as a bug tracking tool. Alright, so initially when Jira was introduced in the year 2002, now let me go back to the web. Alright, now let's see this particular naming. The product name comes from the second syllable of the Japanese word pronounced as Gojira, which is Japanese for Godzilla. The name originated from a nickname Atlassian developers used to refer to Bugzilla, which was previously used for bug tracking. Alright, so in simple terms, I can say that back 20 years ago, the Atlassian developers, they are working in one of the software called Bugzilla. So Bugzilla is basically a bug tracking system. When I use the word bug, what does it mean? It might be an error, right? So in the software development field, people, they will get lot of errors. So in order to track all the errors from one place, they have used one of the tool called Bugzilla. So the Atlassian developers, when they are working in this particular software, they wanted to create their own software. So that is the time they have created or developed one of the product, and they have named that particular product as Gojira, which exactly now we are calling it as a Jira software. And that is how Jira can also be called not just an issue tracking tool, it can also be called as a bug tracking tool. So coming back to the paint, maybe Jira can be used by the software development teams, right? Not just the medical team, not just the construction team, even mostly it will be used by the software developer teams. And they can even track their work, or at the same time even they can track the bugs that they are getting on daily basis. So initially Jira was even called as a bug tracking tool. And finally, we can call Jira as a project management tool. Alright, now imagine that I belong to some sector, which it might be belong to construction company, and I do have 10 people in my team. And I want to track all the 10 people work in one place. So I can make an use of the Jira software so that all the 10 people will have the access to the Jira software. And in the Jira software, I want some particular place where I can track my teamwork. I can call it as a project. So in simple terms, Jira is a project management tool where in Jira there will be hundreds of projects in any organization on common basis. So this might be my project. So in my project there will be 10 people under me, and we all gather every day in this project, and then we will be sharing about the work that we do on daily basis. So when we are managing something in a place, we can call it as a project in software terms, so that we can manage our works right on regular basis. So we can call Jira even as a project management tool. So if someone comes to you today or tomorrow and asks what exactly that you are learning and what exactly is Jira about, you can tell Jira is an issue tracking tool, it is a bug tracking tool, or even we can call it a project management tool. So this is a little bit understanding about the Jira software. Alright, now we want to know where does the Jira use. Alright, coming to the environments that Jira use. Jira is currently using in 3 different environments. They are server, data center and Atlassian cloud. Alright, you might get a job in Infosys, or you might get a job in Genpact, or you might get a job in Entity. And you are going to work in only one software probably, and that's going to be Jira software. So in your organization, Jira can be hosted either in server, either in data center, or maybe either in Atlassian cloud, in any one platform. And you might get a doubt why Jira is available in 3 different platforms and what is the difference. Alright, so initially Jira was started 20 years back, right? So at that time, all the companies having its own infrastructure. It means they will download Jira in their computers and then they will be working on Jira. We can call it as a server. Server is nothing but, maybe I can even call the CPU. Even I can call my laptop software as a server. So initially it was started like that, so it's continuing. But in the year 2024, Atlassian company is completely taking out the servers, so that going forward there will be no server and there will be only 2 different environments for Jira. One is data center and one is Atlassian cloud. Now if we want to know what exactly the difference between a data center and the Atlassian cloud. Alright, now Jira is hosting or maybe managing by the company called Atlassian. Now if they are doing, or maybe if they are selling a product called Jira to various companies like Infosys or something, where that particular software should lie, it will be in the cloud, right? Because for example, we are all making a use of Instagram profiles, we are all making a use of Facebook. We do not download the application, right, before we use in laptops. We simply go to Google, we type Facebook, we just give the credentials and then we start using it. We can upload photos, we can upload videos, we can even communicate with other people. All the data will be stored in the Facebook cloud. The same thing applicable to Instagram, and even the same thing applicable to Atlassian company as well. Now if they are giving Jira to people to make an use of it, we no need to download the Jira software. We can directly enter the credentials in the URL and then we can start making a use of Jira. All the data, everything will be taken care or maybe stored by the Atlassian company itself. So the Atlassian company having its own cloud environment, and now currently they are investing heavily in the cloud, because we clearly know that future is all about the cloud. And when it comes to data center, now when Atlassian company is offering the Jira services to various companies like Infosys, Entity, everybody making a use of Jira, right? Sometimes due to some kind of security policies, the company people will tell, we don't want the Atlassian cloud. We do have our own AWS cloud in some other regions. So what they will do, simply they'll pay for Jira. They will download Jira in the AWS cloud and then they will do some sort of setup and then they will be working on the Jira tool itself. So in our sessions, the next 20 days, we are going to concentrate on one of the platform which is called Atlassian cloud, and everyone in the group, you can even do the same thing in your laptops. There are no prerequisites. If you are using even an i3 laptop or maybe i5, i7, that is completely okay. Just to get into the Jira environment, it is very much easy. It do not even take 5 minutes of time. So the functionality of Jira when it comes to data center or Atlassian cloud, it will be almost similar. 90% both will be same. And we will be talking much more about the differences when we are discussing in the classes. And for now, all you have to understand is that Jira operates in 3 different environments: server, data center and Atlassian cloud. Going forward from 2024, there will be no server. Jira only hosting in two different environments. One is data center and mostly on the Atlassian cloud environments. All right. And now the next question. In which operating system the Jira runs? Now everybody might know, right, what is an operating system. Now there are people from non-IT background, so do not worry about the terminology if you're not aware. But I know that everybody in the group, they clearly know how to make an use of laptop, right? Now in my laptop, if I just go to File Explorer, I can see local disk C, I can see local disk D, right? I can go to any folders or anything. I can call this particular operating system as Windows operating system. So now I think everybody understand what an operating system means. Now we can download Jira in the Windows operating system. In the same way, Jira can also be used in the Linux operating system. So for now, all I'm doing is I'm just writing the terms. Jira can be used in Windows and Jira can be used in Linux operating system. And when we are making an use of the Atlassian cloud, we do not download Jira into Windows or we do not download Jira into Linux. Only when we are using Jira in the server or in the data center, then we have to download some file into our laptops. So that is the time we have to download Jira either into Windows or maybe either into Linux, something like that. For now, we do not want any of this. All we can do is directly get into any application, any web browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox. We can directly make an use of Jira without even downloading the file. But all you have to know that if if the company is using server or data center at the moment, they might download the Jira file either into Windows or Linux operating system. Alright, now this is the brief introduction that I can talk about Jira software, and one small thing that I would like to convey before getting into next topic. Now we clearly told, right, in the Jira software thousands of people might work. I think maybe if I can say there are 700 different projects in the Jira software. One project might belongs to finance, one project might belongs to some other domain, but there are 700 projects. In each and every project there will be project leads, there will be project admins, there will be developers who write codes, everything. Now we are all from non-IT background, right? We might afraid, are we have to develop something? What exactly that we are going to do? So the good news here, even though there are 7,000 or 10,000 users in the Jira software, we are not going to be the user, we are not going to be a project lead, we are not going to be a developer, or we are not going to be a tester. We are going to be an administrator. Now what is the work of an administrator? Administrator is the person who takes care of the software, right? Now if there is a software, we clearly know Jira is a project management tool. Now in the Jira, lot of big people will work, right, in multiple projects. Now for each and every project there will be a structure. By default, whenever someone needs to create a project in Jira, the project admins or someone cannot go directly and create a project. There should be a person who have to take care of those activities, and that person is nothing but, we can call them as an administrator. And now we are going to spend 20 days of time on how to administer Jira application. Now I want to add some 10 new people into the Jira software. As an admin, I used to perform those activities. I create 10 users, I add them to Jira software. As a Jira admin, if any new project needs to be created, I will create, then I will make one person as a project lead, then I will add 10 people into the project so that they can go and work that's related to HR, that related to banking sector, related to finance. We don't even care. As a Jira admin, we simply create the projects, we add people into it, they can do whatever they want. So we can feel very happy when we are working in the Jira environment because we do not deal with any kind of development. All we can do is to perform the admin activities. Now we clearly know that Jira is being used by more than 180,000 customers across the globe, which means a very big community, right? If I don't know something and if I directly type the terminology directly, we will be getting the answers everywhere from the web. So we do have the Atlassian community where we can find the answers for almost all our problems. As an admin, if I face some issue, if I start to type something, I will be getting answers for that. As an admin, if I don't know some topic, if I just enter that key term, I will be getting the complete documentation from the Atlassian company. If I don't know something, we can directly tell to our team members, and then we can even ask the community about that, and we can expect the respect from fellow Jira team members. So in future, if we don't know something, we do have a lot of resources online available to get the answers from everywhere. So in this perspective, I can tell Jira is one of the best tool in the project management.